Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. And the topic is prepare for your marriage, not for your wedding. And this is very special for me. I started the Marriage Foundation over 20 years ago. And I think it's very important for you to know what you're getting into when you're getting married. And people really do not know. I cannot tell you how many people have said, I wish I knew this stuff, because I worked with many people. After I stopped being a divorce mediator, which is where I really began my career in the marriage industry, I started helping people stay married. I shifted my practice because I saw that the mainstream doesn't really understand marriage, and so there were a lot of divorces really shouldn't have happened. Nobody gets married with the thought that they're going to get a divorce. And so when I would meet with people, a lot of the time people would get kind of upset and tweaked, and they'd say, how come I didn't know this? So now you're going to know this. So how do you prepare for your marriage? We know what you do to prepare for your wedding. And one of the things you need to take out of that as the arguments. You got to remove the arguments entirely. It's not a way to start a good marriage by arguing. Some people say there's a proper way to argue, and there is not. When you're arguing, what you're really doing is you're leaving the realm of discussion, which is where you're supposed to be. You're not going to agree on everything. But most things, especially preparations for the wedding, are not a big deal. But what happens into your marriage? Well, you're supposed to, let's talk about what marriage is all about. Marriage actually has a purpose. It's not just for you to hang out together and have kids together, grow old together. It's much deeper than that. Don't forget your souls. Your souls, you have a human body that has a particular gender, but you're still essentially a soul. And a soul, all it knows is love. And so we're supposed to connect on that level of our souls. And we're not supposed to, in our marriage, we're not supposed to get into our primal, instinctive reactions towards virtually everything. We're not supposed to get angry. We're not supposed to get defensive. We're not supposed to get argumentative. We're not supposed to stake our claim individually. Because unconditional love, which is why you get married, for unconditional love, marital love, you could call it, and for happiness. Those are the reasons you get married, and those are the things you want. And when you know how to run your marriage, you'll have those things. You'll have those on a continual basis. You'll be going, oh my God, how long can this last? And the answer is it can last forever, because love is a forever thing. It's infinite. The mind doesn't want you to know that, but that's a whole nother topic. So to prepare for your marriage, first you have to define why you're getting married. And I'm telling you, the reasons to get married are for happiness and love. That's it. All the rest of the stuff are subcategories that are way down on the list. You have to have love. You have to have happiness. You're a human being. So how do you prepare? Well, you have to learn. You have to have these goals in mind all the time. Before you open your mouth, you got to go, is this going to produce happiness? Is this going to produce love? And if it's not, don't let your mouth open. And then, further, you got to address your thinking. You have to learn how to master your mind. No one is telling you this, I know, but I'm telling you this. And I'm probably the best expert on marriage there is right now. Because at the Marriage Foundation, we do cutting edge. In fact, you can go to our website and you could get hold of the premarital course, which I highly recommend. But think about it. Doesn't it make sense? You're getting married to be happy. You're getting married to feel love, but you don't have a plan for that. One of the components in this plan that is very important, that is essential, is that you learn how to control your mind. That you don't let your emotions take you over. You don't let your anger ruin the marriage. That you don't allow externals to come into play in your marriage. It's very important to learn how to master your mind. There's just two of you. You're not going to master the mind of your spouse, but you can master your own. You can watch it. You could catch those thoughts that are negative, that are not helpful. There's a lot you can do. So, essentially, you should be planning for your marriage much more than the reception. The reception's one day. One day of fun. Maybe a couple days because you have the little parties before and after, you have the honeymoon, but then you have your whole life ahead of you. Do it right. Do it right. And address your marriage at the level where it takes place, the level of love. This is something that people don't talk about. Even those classes that some of the religious organizations have talk about mundane, nonsensical stuff. All those people still get divorces. Our people do not. So, watching these videos is going to help you a lot too. So subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. But see what else we have at the Marriage Foundation and take the course. Intentionally, it's very inexpensive. Intentionally, because we want you to succeed. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Very proud of that. And I'm glad you joined us. God bless and take care.